You will be shocked to learn why the United States genuinely respects Malaysia in 2026. It's not what you think. Here's the truth they don't want you to hear. The first reason: Malaysia refuses to bow. While other nations quietly submit to United States pressure, Malaysia has mastered the art of strategic assertiveness. The country maintains engagement with the United States while deepening ties with China, the European Union, India, and Japan. This isn't indecision. It's pragmatic risk management that gives Malaysia bargaining power Washington cannot ignore. The second reason is critical minerals leverage, a factor that is quietly reshaping the global balance of power. While the world's attention often focuses on oil, gas, or even semiconductors, there's another resource war brewing beneath the surface: the race for rare earth elements and critical minerals. These minerals are the unsung heroes of modern technology, powering everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to advanced military hardware and renewable energy systems. And Malaysia, often overlooked in this conversation, is sitting on a geological jackpot. Deep beneath Malaysia's lush rainforest and rolling hills lies an estimated 16 million tons of rare earth deposits. To put that in perspective, this is one of the largest reserves in Southeast Asia, and it's valued at a staggering 1 trillion ringgit, roughly 200 billion US dollars. These minerals aren't just valuable, they're essential. They include elements like neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium, which are crucial for manufacturing high-performance magnets, batteries, and other components that drive the world's most advanced technologies. But here's the twist that's sending shockwaves through global supply chains. Malaysia has made a bold and strategic decision. The government refuses to export raw rare earth materials. Instead, it has implemented strict controls at ports and customs checkpoints, ensuring that these precious resources don't simply leave the country unprocessed. This policy isn't just about protecting the environment or maximizing profits, it's about leverage. By keeping the raw materials at home, Malaysia is forcing foreign companies and governments to come to its doorstep if they want access. The country maintains a complete ban on raw rare earth exports, and this has profound implications for global industry. If the United States, or any other nation, wants to secure a steady supply of these critical minerals, they can't just buy them on the open market. Instead, they're compelled to invest directly in Malaysia, building processing facilities, forming joint ventures, and transferring technology. This policy has already attracted attention from major American companies and even high-level government delegations, all eager to secure a foothold in Malaysia's rare earth sector. It's a calculated move that gives Malaysia significant bargaining power in international negotiations. Why does this matter so much to Washington? The answer lies in the heart of America's defense and technology industries. Rare earth minerals are indispensable for manufacturing F-35 fighter jets, advanced missile guidance systems, radar arrays, and countless other pieces of military hardware. Without a reliable supply, production lines could grind to a halt, and national security could be compromised. Malaysia, by holding the key to these minerals, has become an unexpected but crucial player in the global power game. In a world where supply chains are increasingly weaponized, Malaysia's critical minerals leverage is a card it can play with confidence, and the world is taking notice. The third reason, known simply as the ART deal, sent shockwaves through the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. It wasn't just another trade agreement, it was a seismic event that would redefine the relationship between Malaysia and the United States and, in many ways, challenge the very foundation of global trade norms. The ART, or Agreement on Reciprocal Trade, was the culmination of months of secret negotiations, high-stakes diplomacy, and back-channel discussions that had both governments on edge. For weeks, rumors swirled in diplomatic circles about a deal so massive, so unprecedented, that it could tilt the balance of economic power in Southeast Asia, and perhaps even the world. On October 26, 2025, history was made. In a grand hall adorned with both Malaysian and American flags, top officials from both nations gathered for a signing ceremony that was broadcast live across the globe. The Agreement on Reciprocal Trade, or ART, was officially inked, binding Malaysia to purchase a staggering $240 billion worth of American goods and services over the next decade. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a concrete commitment, one that would see American technology, machinery, and agricultural products flooding into Malaysian markets. The deal was hailed by some as a masterstroke of economic diplomacy, promising to create thousands of jobs on both sides of the Pacific and deepen the strategic partnership between the two countries. But the ART deal was about more than just purchases. It also included a jaw-dropping $700 billion in U.S. investments earmarked for Malaysia's infrastructure, technology, and green energy sectors. American companies were poised to build new factories, invest in high-speed rail, and partner with Malaysian firms on cutting-edge research and development. The numbers were almost hard to believe. Nearly $1 trillion in combined trade and investment, all designed to catapult Malaysia into the ranks of the world's most dynamic economies. For a brief moment, it seemed as if the future belonged to Malaysia and the United States, working hand in hand to shape the next chapter of global commerce. But then, everything changed. In a dramatic turn of events, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a landmark ruling. The tariffs imposed by President Trump on Malaysian goods were declared unconstitutional. The decision sent shockwaves through the global financial markets and left policymakers scrambling to respond. For Malaysia, the ruling was both a vindication and a dilemma. The ART deal had been negotiated under the shadow of those very tariffs, and now, with their legal foundation swept away, the entire agreement was thrown into question. In an extraordinary move that stunned observers around the world, Malaysia's Trade Minister Johari Abdul Ghani convened an emergency press conference. Standing before a sea of reporters, he announced that Malaysia considered the ART agreement null and void. The words echoed like thunder across newsrooms and trading floors from Kuala Lumpur to New York. In that moment, Malaysia became the first country to publicly and unequivocally challenge the Trump administration's trade regime. The declaration was more than a legal maneuver. It was a bold assertion of national sovereignty and economic independence. Across Malaysia, the response was electric. Some hailed the move as a courageous stand against foreign pressure, while others worried about the potential fallout for jobs and investment. In Washington, the reaction was swift and severe. Lawmakers demanded answers. Business leaders called for calm, and analysts debated whether this was the beginning of a new era of trade wars, or the first step toward a more balanced global order. In the days that followed, the Malaysian Trade Ministry issued clarifications, suggesting that the statement might have been premature or misinterpreted. Yet, the message had already been sent, loud and clear. Malaysia would not be bullied, not by tariffs, not by threats, and not by the shifting winds of international politics. The ART deal, once seen as a symbol of partnership, had become a flashpoint in the struggle for economic justice and national dignity. Whether the agreement would be revived, renegotiated, or consigned to history remained uncertain. But one thing was clear: the world was watching, and Malaysia had made its voice heard on the global stage. The fourth reason: U.S. investors are hooked. Despite all the drama, American companies have operated in Malaysia for over 130 years, directly employing 312,000 Malaysians. U.S. Ambassador Edgard Kagan admitted that bilateral trade grew 13% last year, with Malaysian exports to the U.S. increasing by more than 14%. American investors are, very excited about Malaysia because of its deep integration into global supply chains. The fifth reason: Malaysia told Trump no. When Trump demanded Malaysia choose sides against China, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim publicly refused, stating, "If Trump asks about our relationship with China, I will say it is very good. They are an important neighbor." In an era of U.S. bullying, Malaysia said no and survived. The bottom line is this: Malaysia stands as a beacon of resilience and strategic brilliance in a world where many nations are pressured to pick sides or bow to larger powers. As we look out over the vibrant cityscape of Kuala Lumpur, it's clear that this nation has carved out a unique place for itself on the global stage. Malaysia's story is not just about survival, it's about thriving, adapting, and asserting its own identity in the face of immense international pressure. The United States respects Malaysia not simply because of its economic potential or strategic location, but because Malaysia refuses to be a victim. Instead of allowing itself to be pushed around by global superpowers, Malaysia has consistently demonstrated a willingness to stand up for its own interests. This is a country that knows its worth and isn't afraid to assert it, even when the stakes are high. While other nations may kneel or compromise their values under pressure, Kuala Lumpur stands tall, balancing the interests of superpowers, fiercely protecting its sovereignty, and making decisions that benefit its people first. Malaysia's leaders have shown remarkable skill in navigating the complex web of international relations, ensuring that the country remains independent and respected. In fact, Malaysia's approach has often forced even the most powerful nations, like Washington, to come to the table and negotiate on equal terms. This is no small feat. It takes courage, vision, and a deep understanding of both history and geopolitics. Malaysia's ability to maintain its independence while building strong partnerships is a testament to its leadership and the unity of its people. Now, if you found this video insightful or learned something new about Malaysia's unique position in the world, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your family, friends, colleagues, and everyone you know, because understanding how nations like Malaysia navigate global challenges is more important than ever. The more people who are informed, the stronger our global community becomes. Make sure you share it on all your WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and Telegram channels. These platforms are powerful tools for spreading knowledge and sparking meaningful conversations. When you share, you're not just passing along a video, you're helping others see the bigger picture and encouraging them to think critically about the world around them. Whether it's your classmates, your coworkers, or your relatives, everyone deserves to be informed. By sharing this content, you're helping to keep your community up to date with the latest developments and insights. In today's fast-paced world, staying informed is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. And while you're hitting that share button, take a moment to think about the impact you're making. Every share, every like, every comment helps amplify voices that matter and brings important stories to a wider audience. Your engagement is what keeps this channel going and ensures that more people can access well-researched, thought-provoking content. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. By subscribing, you're joining a community of curious, informed viewers who care about understanding the world from multiple perspectives. You'll get notified whenever we release new videos, so you'll never miss out on the latest analysis and stories. Just hit that red button and become part of a movement that values knowledge, critical thinking, and global awareness. Thank you for watching, for sharing, and for being an active participant in these important conversations. Together, we can make a difference, one informed viewer at a time.